One of the most controversial issues in the United States is the war on marijuana. Billions are spent every year on law enforcement cracking down on marijuana use. Over 750,000 people were arrested for a marijuana law violation in 2011, even though there are 18 states, plus the District of Columbia, who allow medicinal marijuana. As of this past November, there are 2 states who have legalized marijuana. Those states are Colorado and Washington. The prohibition of alcohol did not work, and I think the majority of Americans are leaning towards wanting to end the prohibition of marijuana. Instead of using billions on the attempt to enforce marijuana laws, I think marijuana should be taxed and regulated. This would help our nation's huge deficit. Tax dollars would be saved from all the people that wouldn't have to be in jail or incarcerated. Law enforcement can focus on cracking down on harder drugs and other crimes. According to the Drug Policy Alliance, the estimated annual revenue if marijuana was taxed and regulated in California would be over $1.4 billion alone. Former California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger once said, "Marijuana is not a drug, it's a leaf." In May 1999, a Johns Hopkins study was published which examined marijuana's effects on cognition on 1,300 people over 15 years. They reported no significant differences in cognitive decline between heavy users, light users, and non-users of cannabis. They concluded that the results provide strong evidence of the absence of a long-term residual effect of cannabis use on cognition. I think marijuana should be sold like alcohol. People would have to be 21 to purchase and consume. 500,000 people die each year from tobacco and alcohol in the U.S. Over 100,000 die a year from legal pharmaceutical drugs. Not one person has ever died in medical history from smoking marijuana. Some say that marijuana is a gateway drug and will make you unmotivated. Many highly elected officials, CEOs, and other professionals admit to using marijuana. Marijuana was available for medicinal treatment until the 1930s. Lester Greenspoon, a retired Harvard Medical School psychiatrist, said, "Marijuana is a remarkably safe and non-toxic drug that can effectively treat about 30 different conditions. I predict it will become the aspirin of the 21st century as more people recognize this." I think the war on marijuana should end in the U.S. Marijuana should be legalized, taxed, and regulated.